the third singles match. From Hong Kong, you're looking at NG윙남, 21-year-old world ranked 33. Had a successful tournament so far. Lots of big wins to bring us here to the semifinals for Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the number 4 seeded team in this tournament versus Japan, who's number 2. And you can see she's played world championships, made it to the round of 64 in 13 and 11. So NG윙남, lots of experience. And her opponent, Japanese Sayaka Hirano, 29-year-old, world ranked number 22. Part of the team against the Netherlands yesterday. This is not her first World Championships either. This is the 4th one in recent years. She played the Olympic Games in 2008. Done very well over the years. This is a clutch match. Right now it's 1-1 for Hong Kong and Japan. Whoever wins this match gives their team a huge advantage. We know we've got Kasumi Ishikawa coming up for the 4th singles match for Japan versus Lee Ho-ching. That's a match we're definitely going to see, and Don, we are very excited for.
We certainly are, and this will be an interesting one. You're absolutely right, Adam. The winner of this match puts their team in a very strong position. It's quite interesting. Hirano's record here at the World Championships, the World Team Championships, he's won 5, lost 1. She's 22 in the world. She's 11 places above Eng, but when you look at the track record over recent years, it's 3-1 in favour of the 21-year-old from Hong Kong. So everything says that Hirano is the favourite, but then you look at the track record and that's not the case. 3-1 for Ung. And I must say, in the quarter-final against Germany, Ung went on against Sabine Winter and put in an outstanding performance, beat her 3-0 very comfortably, and Hong Kong beat Germany 3-0.
And look at that serve right there. Fast, dead spin, deep to the backhand. Very high-risk serve. From the inside-out position, just striking the center of the ball for that long serve. And Ung going for the spin, trying to keep the arm loose. We've seen this a few times, players trying to keep their arm loose at the beginning of the match. Usually something you see after they've looped the ball a lot against a chopper.
Good fortune favouring Hirano there. Ball just crept over. The backspin, of course, means that it grips the top of the net, and if it goes over, it really does only trickle over.
Quick run away for Hirano as she goes up 5-0 in game 1.
Good backhand topspin from Ung. Wrist, elbow going up the back of the ball. She opens her account. And Hirano uses the fact that we've had 6 points just to walk over to the towel, compose herself.
Great exchange, very fast. We're starting to see some of the reasons that Ung is one of the top players in the world and how she's made it this far. Still waking up just a little bit, but that point is definitely a sign that she's here. Beautiful spin, steps around the backhand as the ball carries long and spins it up deep onto the table to take the point. From 5-1, from 5-0, the last 3 points in a row have gone to Ung.
Certainly the excessive spin on the ball affected the bounce. And Hirano failed to react. And now Ung has settled down. She's made a few backhand and forehand topspins. It's flowing well now for the Hong Kong player. 4 consecutive points. Quick apology for the top of the net, but this point is hers for the taking anyway.
covering both corners of the table, staying in against the spinny balls and blocking back the last loop for the winner. Nice momentum change. Hirano takes the first point in 5.
5-6.
Interesting tactics there by Hirano, coming right across the forehand side to return with the backhand. And she then tried to play it out wide to Ng's forehand.
And that serve was decisively a forehand-sided serve, so it took a long way to get there.
This time she returns the same serve with the forehand. So tactically she's varying the return, she's keeping guessing. But from 5-0 down, now still very much in this first game. 7-5, Hirano has to use these 2 serves well. And that was a great return of service. It was only just millimeters long, the service from Hirano, but that was a great backhand topspin from Ng.
Again, the backhand opener from Ng, followed by a great shot from Ishikawa. I'm sorry, from Hirano, and then blocked with the backhand. 2 solid backhands in a row from Ng. She's really stepped this game up. She was down 0-5 and is now at 7-7.
Oh, well played by Ng. Controlled the ball well with the backhand, played Hirano on the angles. And obviously you can see the wry smile on the face of the Hong Kong coach. 5-love down his player. Now she's in the lead, 8-7.
And what a counter to get back in the point. Lobs from the backhand side deep on the table, and when the ball's hit to the middle, right here we see her turn and put a loop on it there, just really driving the ball away from the net as it whizzes past Hirano. The momentum has changed drastically, and it is 9-7 for NG윙남.
7-10.
3 game points for Ng. What a shift. The backhand worked well on the block, but this time not for the follow-up spin shot. Ng really employing the backhand right now, letting it take control of the game from blocking both sides of the table, putting the spin on the ball, taking the aggression. Still has 2 game points over Hirano.
And very importantly, has her 2 serves to come. She'll be looking to get in behind the serve if she can. There she goes, and it's a winner, an outright winner on the first forehand topspin. And having made a poor start, 5-love down, Ng comes back to win the first game, 11 points to 8.
So after a strong start from Hirano, Ng comes back to win the first game. Hong Kong
Second game.
looking good right now. Once again, each team has one match. Japan has one, Hong Kong has one. This third singles match is clutch. And the backhand, which helped Ng come all the way back in game one. Missing the first point. Nice pressure from Hirano with the spin.
A brave serve and then a good spinny backhand top spin. On his shirt after the first two serves, 1 point each. Hirano now with her two serves.
Unbelievable, one good turn deserves another. And the first turn on the ball, steps around with the forehand down the line. And then sure enough, Hirano does the same thing to the opposite side of the table. Brilliant play by Hirano. Both players with a lot of long serves starting the rally right off the bat.
Both players seem happy. Top spin against top spin. Both fancy the chances, and that's what we've seen. And it's 2 points each. Good rallies. Entertaining table tennis. Great excitement here in the Yoyogi Stadium.
And look at that spin, the arc of the ball, 2 in a row from the backhand. Ng really getting a lot of wrist action there, just brushing up on the back of the ball, creating that extra spin and change of pace, driving Hirano long on the counter.
Very unlucky there, Always difficult to read the spin once it's gone on the net cord. You're never sure how the net cord has affected the spin as it added to it, taken off it. She tried to return that very tight. Let's have a look. She's not just trying to return the net cord, she's actually trying to return it with control. But 3 points each. Hirano now with her two serves.
3-4.
Again, the backhand is coming in the most crucial times. Ng spinning that backhand so rapidly.
Again, a very spinny return of service. Excellent use of the wrist. Heavy spin, winning the point.
Hirano's got to find a better place to put that serve. If she can jam it into the middle of the table, force Ng to have to step around and get out of position, then play the wide angles, it's going to be far more effective. And then there's that. A receive up over the table, not even very high, but she got there bright and early. Look at that shot. Unbelievable receive, flipped cross court, no chance of that ball coming back.
Great excitement on the Japanese bench. For every reason, what a wonderful return.
Right idea, a little bit ambitious. She rushed the shot, sees the open corner. The ball was just a little in on the table. She rushed it. Still trailing by 2. Hirano has the serve, 4-6. What a serve. Short, looks like it's coming off the table. Ng thought it was. Stepped around for the backhand, and there was a second bounce for an outright winner.
Again, that backhand of Ng's working ever so well.
Hirano had done well to serve it to the forehand side before. Short to the forehand. Ng anticipating it to come off the table. As we get later in the game, the next 2 serves are going to Ng. The flip receive outstanding last time Hirano had the chance.
Well done, Hirano. The long, fast service from Ung. Hirano was equal to it, responded with a good backhand topspin. And it was that topspin that won the point, 7-6. Oh, backhand down the line. Clever tactics. Ung is hanging around the backhand side of the table there. Watch her, she's going to go around to play the forehand. But well spotted by Hirano, straight down the line. And that's 2 points against the serves. Hirano now with her 2 serves.
And there it is, she forces the forehand. It looked like a little bit of anticipation. I think Ing was hoping for a longer serve deeper to the backhand possibly. She turns, and it was fast, rushed shot, gets away with the point.
A little bit cramped with that forehand from the backhand side. Didn't quite get the footwork that she would have liked. She'd liked a little bit more space. But this now makes for a very exciting finale in this second game.
Oh, miscalculation of points. 16, it's got a 6 in it, but it's not a multiple of 6 points, so she was snuffed from using the towel.
Obviously not a great mathematician, Eng.
8-0. Let. Please, remove your free hand immediately.
So for those of you who couldn't hear the umpire, I thought it was pretty audible. Service warning, she has to remove her free hand immediately. This rule has been more clearly written out in the rules. The adjustment was made, but the serve drifts long, and Hirano taking great advantage with the opening attack. Really amazing she could keep it that low and spinny as the ball was barely off the back edge of the table.
You do wonder whether the warning from the umpire just sits on the mind of Ung there. She loses 2 out of 2 on the service. And now Hirano in a very strong position. 2 game points with the serve.
Don, I think there's a lot of things going on the mind right now. Ung went to the towel early, got the service warning. She definitely needs to stay cool. Big backhand from the forehand side of the table. Takes 2 steps over just to get it on. And that's her shot. Hirano with the serve. Fast to the middle. Let's see what she pulls out on her second game point. And it was fast to the middle, but the response from Ung was just outstanding. Starting the rally, could have been jammed. It's now deuce in game 2.
So the last 4 points have all gone against the serve. Ung now with her serve. Heavy backspin on the serve, came underneath the ball. And that gives her a game point. And it will be a mountain to climb for Hirano if she loses this second game. She goes 2-0 down. Big point for Japan.
Especially after having 2 game points.
Oh, she's overhit the forehand topspin. A few errors by Hirano from the backhand side when she stepped round. And it's Ung who saves 2 game points, seals the second game, 12-10, and leads by 2 games to 0. And so the players come out to the table for the third game, and of course Hirano now in a must-win situation. She has to take the next 3 games to win the match.
Japan to serve.
And of course, as we identified, as indeed all the matches, this third match absolutely crucial in the overall match result, and it's Hirano to serve at the start of the third game. Interesting to see how the talks from the coaches will have impacted on the players. An error, I would say, there from Hirano trying to serve short. And again, the topspin versus topspin. It's the 21-year-old from Hong Kong coming out on top. And I have to say, the 2 youngsters from Hong Kong have impressed me throughout this tournament. Previously, I'm used to Tia Yana and Jiang Hua Yun featuring in the Hong Kong team, and seeing these 2 young players sitting on the bench. All of a sudden, Li Ho Ching, 14 in the world, NG윙남, Nam, 33 in the world, and certainly, as we can see here, playing some wonderful table tennis. Full marks to Hong Kong.
1-3.
Now, Don, the timeout was not called late in last game. 10-8 up, 10-9. That was clutch. A little bit surprising that there wasn't a call there.
It's fascinating to watch the coaches from different countries and how they use the timeouts. I think watching Japan, I think they've tended to come later in the game. Certainly watching China, what a shot that was. Like a rocket, she steps around the backhand to play the forehand. Interesting, after we're talking about timeouts, and a timeout's just been called. Liu Guliang, the Chinese coach, I've seen him call them in the first game. I think the trend here has been to call them early, but not necessarily from Japan. Japan now calling it at 4-1, and I know why. It's pretty obvious to anybody in here. This game is drifting away from Hirano. She's 2-0 down, 4-1 down. Has started. She's come out of the traps like a bullet as in this third game, 4-1 up. Difficult to get back, I think, Adam, now for Hirano.
Professional athletes just have this demeanor, Don, that I absolutely love. Both teams come to the corner and they're ready. They're unbelievably focused. The mental strength of these players, you can see the look on her face. There's little aggravation. There's just great focus moving forward. I mean, at the amateur level, people who play tournaments come over to the corner and they're upset about what happened at the end of last game or what happened the last point or two. But you don't see that sort of complaining or composure from the player. You see just listening and moving forward plan.
1-4, Japan.
So Hirano, very nice warm welcome from the crowd. She needs the encouragement. She trails 0 games to 2 and 1 point to 4.
5-1.
Very good backhand topspin. She stepped round, it was mid-table, she favoured the backhand. She moved across the table to play that backhand and when in position, played a wonderful backhand topspin. This time varying the pace, varying the spin, threw it up with not a lot of topspin. And bearing in mind, was 10-8 down literally a minute ago. In the second game, she won 4 consecutive points to win it 12-10. And she's now 6-1 in the lead. I think that my maths tells me that's 10 points to 1. What a run of play by Hirano has to do something now to change that momentum.
So far, the timeout has not paid off yet. Of course, the timing was right, had to be called. Is just throwing everything right back, moving both sides, quick decisions, aggressive play. Everything is falling in the direction of right now. That serve, unbelievable. It looks like it's going long and then it just completely bites the table. Second bounce. It's now 7-3 for Ng.
It's interesting though, if I was the coach of Hong Kong and the player had done that, I'd still be very happy. She's just playing very positive table tennis. She mustn't start playing negative. She's got to keep putting Hirano under pressure. That's exactly what she's doing there. She's not just simply blocking the ball. She's using her wrist a little bit. She's just keeping the pressure on Hirano.
Well, as far as very happy goes, somebody's very happy. I think that was the coach, Li Qing, and you could hear it from all the way up here, his satisfaction. Huge forehand blocked right back. Unbelievable desperation block.
I think this hit the net cord as well. There it does. She's reacted to the net cord as well. Wonderful play by Hirano.
Just an amazing recovery. You're right, Don. Hirano. Japanese crowd showing great support. It's late, but it's not over.
Again, clever play by Ng. This time she threw the ball up slow, but put a lot of topspin on it. So constantly varying the speed, varying the spin, varying the placement. Good, positive play by Hong Kong.
There's something we haven't seen a lot about a Hirano, a fast backhand right off the bounce. In response to a flip, and look at that angle, so wide. You can see the extension Ng has there. Feet spread as far apart as possible, just trying to reach it.
Good slow topspin by Hirano.
The triple stomp from Ng. She really wants to put this one in the bag.
You look back at this match so far, 5-0 in the first game for Hirano. She lost it 11-8. Second game, she was 10-8 up, 2 game points. She lost it. She's been in good positions. And now she's in a difficult position. Be interesting to see how she reacts. Li Qing calls timeout for Hong Kong. And you can see there, he's certainly very animated. He's got a lot to say. And again, as you mentioned, Adam, the players, they stand there, they stay relaxed, they stay calm, they take on board the information, they assimilate it, and then they'll go out to the table and hopefully put it into action.
It's much like a boxer, really. You sit in the corner, you get doctored up a little bit, someone comes over, pats you on the back, rubs your shoulders, gives you a boost of confidence and a game plan, and your job is to take that moment to rest, soak it all up, as you said, Don. So Ng has the serve up 9-6 in game 3 with 2 games to love. A little bit of a comeback streak causing the scare and encouraging the timeout for Hong Kong. Hirano still trailing by 3. Rapid spin there. So much wrist action as she brushes past the ball. Ng overreacting on the block and blocking it into the net. It's a 2-point game. Hirano with 2 serves to tie it up. What an angle! Short serve to the forehand. Nice receive, and as she's in on the forehand side, Hirano right off the bounce behind her. Best backhand shot we've seen in a while. Look at that ball. Even with the cross step, cannot touch it. It's a 1-point game. And again, starts off the sequence with the same serve. The ball comes into the middle, and instead of the backhand, digs down deep for a spin ball, gets out of the way of the jammed body shot, spins it up again, and the ball kicks out into the edge of her opponent's paddle. It is now 9-all.
Ng has just been a little bit passive on the last few points, just blocking the ball back, hoping that Hirano makes a mistake. She has to be a little bit more positive. That's exactly what she did there. She got in behind the serve. She took the initiative. And she now has a match point.
That first block was so deep on the table, hit the baseline, this close to hitting the edge. And now instead of having game point, Hirano is fighting off match point. Very brave flip wide to the forehand, and it comes right back from Ung. But the quick reactions of Hirano, one more shot to finish the point. We're looking at deuce. It is 10-all in game 3. There's still hope for Japan. Beautiful serve, deceptive underspin. Flipping the ball into the net. And Hirano has earned a game point. It is 12-10, another deuce game, and it is one game for Japan, trailing 1-2 against Ung from Hong Kong. Game 4 after this break.
Time.
And the players make their way out to the table for the fourth game. What a comeback there for Hirano. I hate to say it, but when she has a few points in the lead, she's let them slip on that occasion. She gave a few points in the lead to Ung and produced her best table tennis. 9-4 down in that third game. Came back to win it 12 points to 10. Wonderful performance by Hirano. But it's Ung to serve at the start of the fourth game. I have to say that Ung went a little bit passive towards the end of the third game, just simply blocking the ball back. She needs to get back to her tactics of the first and second game when she was a little bit more aggressive. Again, here you see she's away, she's just retrieving the ball.
Grunt, Ung fighting harder and harder to get back in from the defense, back into the offense. Great placement on the table and wide to the forehand, back in, and the lob from Hirano just too deep. What stamina, what a point. Very uncharacteristic of both of these players, but still they managed to fight shot after shot from steps off.
More like the Ung of the first 2.5 games, using a wrist, taking the ball early. You see there, much more aggressive. There's a compromise between being aggressive and taking high risk, unnecessary risks, and that's exactly the balance that you need to find, and it's the balance that Ung found in that rally.
Excellent placement by Hirano as Ung is coming back to recover from the wide forehand, hitting it into the body. Even the backhand on the move an uncomfortable shot. You can see she's trying to fight it off and stay on top of that ball, but cannot do it.
That's a wonderful push by Hirano, the long, fast push. Was coming into the table. She thought it was going to be the short push, and then all of a sudden Hirano used the wrist and pushed it long and fast. Good tactics. This time Hirano punching the ball hard with her backhand, and you just begin to sense the momentum now has changed. It looked very much as though was going to ease her way to victory. In fact, she had a match point in that third game, but now you just begin to sense the crowd. They're getting behind Hirano. She appears to be playing a little bit better.
4-2.
Deceptive topspin on that deep serve into the backhand. Look at that contact, tough to read, and you can see is already backing up as she was crowding the table. Nice brush back serve. Right now, Hirano is on a roll, up 6-2. 4 points in a row, I believe, for Hirano. You can see the screaming, jumping Japanese bench behind her, and Li Qing grimacing. One after another. Hirano is well on her way to a game 5. Although this 5-point lead was the other way around last game and disintegrated for Fault service.
8-2.
Not removing the arm. She was warned earlier in the match. Settled back into the old rules, just forgot.
It's a difficult one, is that? Very difficult. Certainly what the umpire is trying to do is absolutely applaudable. We don't want the opponent not to be able to see the point of contact on service. Great response by Hirano there. The forehand down the line. Again, was hanging around the backhand side. We see here she's staying down the backhand.
And counters it to come back in, but still Hirano staying on top and picking a great place on the table. Look at that. Wrapping the arm, just giving herself a hug to keep the ball on the inside line.
To level this third match at 2 games apiece. That net and the edge.
Net and edge.
11-2.
And so Hirano takes the 4th game, 11 points to 2. Great performance. And now the stage is set, 2 games apiece. The umpire calls the players back to the table. They've had 1 minute of words of wisdom from their respective coaches. They were both listening very attentively. The coaches will be fully aware that the next game on, Lee Ho-ching against Ishikawa. Lee Ho-ching has never beaten Ishikawa. And the final game on, Jang Hwa-yun against Ishigaki. Ishigaki has never beaten Jang Hwa-yun. So that just means this fifth game is absolutely vital. And it's Ung who starts with a good forehand topspin out wide to Hirano's forehand. So the next few minutes, crucial in the overall match situation.
With the extra bit of spin, you can see Hirano 2 shots in a row just whipping past it on the backhand, arching the back on the first one, staying on top of the second, but still using the wrist to accelerate through and get some extra spin on that ball. It's tied up at 1 point apiece. Excellent response to a fast push. That fast push deep into the body. Hirano arching back and lifting up to get it over the net. Stone-faced. It was the stare, the stone-faced stare intimidated as she served it into the net.
It's interesting, Ung has been warned and then she's been foul served. Whether that's just preying on her mind, she's conscious when she's serving, just don't know.
Unbelievable point, block after block after block. Backhand keeping her pinned on the corner, moving to the middle. One more block deep to the backhand, another, and then turns wide to the forehand. Outstanding play, Hirano really stepping it up to the next level here in Game 4 and now in Game 5.
Good topspin wide to Hirano's forehand from Ung. And Hirano, the fact that 6 points have gone means she can use the towel. She's just taking her time. Lee Ching there just looking slightly concerned.
A lot of conversation with the bench.
And so, after the towel, it is now Ung to serve at 2-4. Hirano would love to change ends at 5-2 up. Would be a big psychological advantage. From the table, pinning her mainly down the backhand.
And you could see each ball, those forehands, she was extending, catching the inside of the ball on half of them as the ball bent back into the body. Ung able to recover, getting out of the way, just pulling her upper body back and catching the ball late, hitting it deep onto the table, one shot after the other.
The umpire is saying it's Ung to serve. Hirano is pretty sure it's her to serve, but it's not, of course. It is Ung to serve.
Hirano started the game.
Hirano started, I think she did, didn't she?
She must have, if this is proper. And after a bit of confusion, the focus is back on. Hirano takes the point quickly.
So now Hirano in a strong position, 6-2 in the lead, 2 serves to come. Oh, great play by Ung. She refused to budge. She stayed close to the table. She spun on both wings. She moved the ball around. Great reactions from Hirano, but it was Ung who managed to win that wonderful point. The crowd egging on Hirano.
First recovery off the top of the net was great. The follow-up shot spinning and deep on the table. From 6-2 to 6-4. Both players have no timeouts left. That's the beauty of this, Don. As things get more and more tense, it all comes down to the two players in the center of the court.
Oh, again, Sung, when she gets in with that powerful forehand topspin, she's dangerous. 6-2 to 6-5.
The second to last shot right into the body, and it's unbelievable that Hirano was able to recover that first ball, and then the one after it still shaken up, maybe from the shot before, a little jumbled.
Lots of twists and turns in this match.
And that is 4 in a row for Ung. From down 6-2, she's tied it up.
Who'd have thought it's 6-2. Looking good, Hirano now. It's back to 50-50. 6 points each, arguably Ung with the momentum. Hirano with the serve. She needs to break this run of points for sure. And she has a very good backhand topspin. She whipped it off the bounce on the diagonal. And the Japanese bench, they're on their feet. She can't afford to let Ung get in with that forehand topspin. She has to box clever. And she did well. She took the counter topspin on straight away. A little bit of throwing caution to the wind, but with control as well. Excellent play, controlled aggression from Hirano. Look at the bench. Such is the tension out there. She looks the calmest person in the hall. Hirano. She lost 4 points on the run. 6-2 to 6-all. And she's now responded by taking 3 points on the run, leading 9-6.
Whoa, what a shot from Inga. She goes straight to the ground, touching with her left hand, the counter turning at the same time. Unbelievable points. If this match is anything else, it is absolutely at least a workout for the hearts of everybody watching right now. What a match. Hirano with the serve, up 2 points, 9-7.
Again, the spin from Ung, winning the point. Hirano has to do everything she can to stop Ung getting in with those top spins. Try and get in with top spin herself. Take the game to Ung. Can't afford to be passive and just keep the ball on the table. Be interested to see the service she comes up with here. She needs to get in behind the serve to dominate the rally. What a serve! The long, fast serve. I'd have been serving short and looking to get in, and that's why I'm up here commentating, and I've never been down there playing at this level. Great play by Hirano.
High risk, high reward. What a gutsy serve. As fast as they come, and at a time like now when serves carry in a place like this, really takes a lot of guts to make that serve.
I'm not sure what's happening here. Ung They're asking for a net service. And they're asking to see the tape. I didn't see a let cord there, but then again, it went like a rocket. Let's have a look.
Watching the replay.
We can't do anything with the replay. Wow. It was a millimetre away, or it that's hit the net cord for sure.
It looked like it might have. It's a pretty important conversation.
Leaching there.
Oh,
asking them to look at the action replay. And the umpire saying he doesn't need to look at the action replay, of course. In some sports, you can go to the third umpire.
Let's all watch this. That does.
Very difficult to tell.
It looks to me like it shakes the top of the net. You can see the net wiggle.
But irrespective of whether it touches or not, the table tennis, we can't go to the third umpire. We can't go to a video analysis. Some sports allow it. Table tennis, it's the umpire's call. Maybe we could get some tweets on this very conversation.
Wait, so can the umpire take back the call and say, my mistake? It looks like it has happened.
The umpire has made the call that it didn't happen.
Wow.
And therefore we have to go here by the umpire's call. And he's not prepared to look at the video, and I think he's right in that sense. Whether the rules should make him look at the video is a different story.
Interesting stuff.
However, let's get back down to the play. It is Hirano with 2 match points. Forehand top-spin from Hirano, off the end of the table. And it just shows again how mental toughness is so important. We've had a 2-minute break. We've been questioning the rules of table tennis. The players don't know what's going to happen. And all of a sudden you've got to refocus. The challenges out there are phenomenal.
Don, I've got goosebumps. One more match point for Hirano. Unbelievable. That focus you spoke of, the nerve after the conversation, battles off 2 match points, and we are looking at deuce in the 5th.
Remember, Ung had a match point in the 3rd. She led 10-9, 2 games to 0, 10-9 in the 3rd. Hirano saved it. Now Hirano's had 2 match points. They've both been saved. This is drama of the highest order. Net cord.
Off the top of the net, Hirano with a quick apology, but a huge point after a quick exchange. Another match point for Hirano, the 3rd this game.
3rd time lucky. We're just about to find out. She's done it! Hirano, a wonderful performance.
Huge match. This is clutch. Japan goes up 2-1 over Hong Kong. And Hirano, 3 straight games, 2 of which were at deuce. Look at the scoreboard right in front of you, an outstanding performance. Tears running down the face of the Japanese team. This is not over yet, but the drama is definitely turned up. Congratulations to Sayaka Hirano, delivering for her team in the 3rd spot in an excellent fight from NG윙남 of Hong Kong. We'll be back with the 4th singles. Should be a very exciting match just after this break.